first of all you have to open your Chrome browser. In the Google search bar you have to type JDK download. You have to go through this website of Oracle Java downloads, Oracle India. JDK 24, JDK 21, I would suggest you to download the latest version. If you are running on Mac OS, then you have to download it from here. If you are running on Windows, then you have to download it from here. And for Mac OS, if you are running on M series processor, you have to install from this section, ARM64 DMG installer. And if you are running on Intel based Mac, then you have to download it from x64 DMG installer. And for Windows, there is only x64 architecture installer. Like if you are running on Intel and AMD processor, then it will be okay, but if you are running on Snapdragon processor, then it may create problem. It will run, but it may create problems. And suppose that I am running on Mac OS and my processor is, and my MacBook is from M series processor, and I need to download it from ARM64 DMG installer section. I would click here, and here the download section is started. And as I have downloaded it earlier, I would not install it. After downloading and installing this software, you have to go to the terminal or CMD in Windows. You have to type java -version. If it is showing this Java version something, then your Java is properly installed, the JDK is properly installed, and inside that JDK you have JRE and JVM installed. So, and right now your system can run any kind of Java code. Now you need to install the ID for your Java source code, where you will write the code. First of all, see how to download the VS Code. You have to go to the download section. Here for Windows, same as there, and Mac, if you are running on Snapdragon processor, download the ARM64 version, and if you are running on Intel or AMD based processor, then you have to download it from x64 architecture. And for Mac, if you need to download Apple Silicon if you are running on M series processor, and for Universal, it means that it will be run on any kind of Mac. It may be Intel or it may be M series. And for Linux, it is also the same. And suppose that I want to download the Apple Silicon, I will click here. The download will start. I would not download it right now because I have it installed in my system. And there is another ID, and you have to type IntelliJ IDEA Community Edition other versions in the Google search bar. You have to click the first where there is other versions. From here you have to click Windows x64 if you are running on Intel or AMD based processor, and if you are running on Snapdragon processor, then you have to click Windows ARM64 exe file. And for Mac, if you are running on Intel based processor, then you have to click on just here Mac OS DMG, and if you are using M series processor, then here you have to click Mac OS Apple Silicon. After clicking here, the download will start. As I have downloaded it earlier, I would not install it. And after installing both of the systems, first of all open the VS Code. You will see interface like this, and in IntelliJ IDEA you will see interface like this. Though I have created many programs here, don't look at it right now. I hope so that you have successfully installed the JDK from Oracle website and the Visual Studio Code. Now it's time to run our first Java program in Visual Studio Code. After opening the VS Code in your system, you will see a page or interface like this. Here you will find new file, open, clone git repository. This is used to clone git repositories. Suppose that any person has created anything, any project and published it in his git creating repository. You can clone that project by using this clone git repository, but we will do this later. Right now we will click on open, and I have created a folder. Before, if you want to create a new folder, just click on the new. As I have created, I would not create the new one. Java lecture code. I will click on open. Look, here it is created. Now I will create my first Java program, and I will click here new file. It is for creating new folder. Have to click on the new file to create the Java program. I will type it as like it. Look, activating extensions. I have told you the necessary extensions need to download. Now look what kind of extension do you need to install in your VS Code. You have to go there, extension. Here in the search bar you have to type Java. Here first of all you have to install this code runner, then you have to install this Java from Oracle Corporation, then you have to install debugger for Java provided by Microsoft, then project manager for Java you have to install it, extension pack for Java install it, test runner for Java you have to install it, Maven for Java you have to install it. Let's recap. First of all you have to install the code runner, must and must. It makes a beautiful environment, it makes easier to run code. First of all you have to install the code runner provided by junhan.run, you have to install it. Then you have to install the Java from Oracle Corporation. After that you have to install the debugger for Java provided by Microsoft. After that project manager for Java Microsoft, extension pack for Java Microsoft, test runner for Java also Microsoft. Then you have to install Maven for Java from Microsoft. After installing all of this you just need to restart your computer. After that everything will be okay. I hope so that you have understand how to install all of the extensions. Now look what extension do. I would create another program. Look, it has created the main class which will contain the main method. After the extension has been activated it will do some, after the extension has been activated it will do some tasks for you, like it has created the main class which will contain our main method. First I have to create it manually. Look at it, the name for the class and the file name must be same. Suppose that I have removed the name and created this, and remember that Java is case sensitive. Here small f and capital F are different, small a capital A are different, so it is creating a error. But why? Because the method name, the main method will be included in this class, so the class name should be same as the file name. As I have written here first.java, the class name should be first, and it is case sensitive, remember that. Now I will create my main method, public static void main. You are thinking that what is this public, what is this static, what is this string arrays. I will explain that in a short. Don't worry about it, just be with me. And don't forget to use the semicolon, brother. If you forget to include the semicolon then it will create many problems. Now it's time to call our terminal or command prompt. Now what I will do, I will use the Java compiler javac first.java. It is the file name. Look, first.class, as I have told you that what Java compiler do, Java compiler converts our Java source code. It is the Java source code. The extension for that Java source code is .java. It compiled that Java source code into a .class file extension, and it includes the bytecode. If your system has the JVM, it can run this bytecode. I hope so that you understand. And there is a question for you. Can you please answer me, where is this Java compiler residing? You have three options, JDK, JRE and JVM. I am holding for 10 seconds. If you know the answer, please comment down below. Okay, I hope many of you will be able to answer the question. I hope so that many of you will be able to answer the question if you have watched my lecture on JDK, JRE and JVM. Now I am giving the answer. Java compiler is residing in the JDK, Java Development Kit, along with the development tools. So when I am calling the javac compiler, it is residing in the Java Development Kit and I am using that JDK. Okay, now it's time to compile the bytecode into the machine understanding code. Now I will type Java first.java. Look, hello world. Now what happened? Let's have a recap. I have created my Java source code, a simple program. Then I am calling the Java compiler which is inside the Java Development Kit. Now that Java Development Kit has the compiler and other development tools. Java compiler, what it does, it converts the Java source code, and the extension for that Java source code is .java. It converted the Java source code into a file, and that extension for that file is .class. That means that it is our bytecode. It has the bytecode. Okay. Now I am using the Java virtual machine to convert that bytecode into the machine understanding code or machine code. In the second line, I am doing this, and it is and the bytecode is converted into the machine code. then our system understand the code, and here is the hello world. Okay brother, let's move to our class. What is happening here? I have given public before the class name first and class keyword. Why? Because it is the main class which is containing the main method, and the main method is the ultimate method from where the execution begins. Okay, now the main method should be accessed by your Java compiler and other development tools. For that reason I have given public a access specifier which is telling the compiler that it can be accessed, the members of this class, first class, can be accessed by anything, by anyone. Okay, now here I have also given public, as I have told you that main method should be accessed by the compiler. That's why I have used public, because it should be accessed by the compiler. If your compiler cannot access the main method, how can your program run? Now static method, I am calling the main method as static. What it does? Static keyword declares the method or variable as global variable. You can access that method or variable without creating any object. Now the main method, here look at it, it is our class. Right now I didn't have created any object, okay, but it should be accessed by the compiler. But how? Because I am declaring the main method as static, it can be accessed by the compiler without creating any object. There is the catch. Okay, public because the main method should be accessed by the compiler, and static because the main method can be accessed by the compiler without creating any object. That's why I have used static. And void, as you have seen in C or any other programming language, void means the return type is nothing or null. The main method is not returning anything here. That's why here I have given void return type, and the name of our main method is main, and string args. What it does? Actually it is the command line argument. Suppose I am using first see here the hello Dipto, this is the one that is creating the command line arguments, and everything in command line arguments are converted into strings. That's why I have tell the compiler that all the command line and that's why I am telling the compiler that all the command line arguments will be type string. Here we have two command line arguments, hello and Dipto, and I can also print it. You wanna see? Oh, there is a magical thing. If you type SOUT, then the whole line will be printed, and args type 0. Okay, and now I will not use this. Oh no, let's use it because I don't want to sign up, man. Look, hello world, then hello.java. As I have told you, after Java first .java, whatever I am typing are the command line arguments, and all of them are strings, so I can print them. First args 0, that's mean hello, and args 1, that's mean Java, and here output is also showing that hello Java. Because it is an array args of type string, so it can be accessed by indexing. Hope so that you have understand. And system.out.println, it is nothing but is a system call that is telling the operating system to convert the user mode into kernel mode, so that it can be used to print, write, or accessing the memory or whatever else. They are complex topics, I would not dive into the deep concept operating system, I would give separate playlist about operating system in depth. So don't worry, I am just telling it that when I am calling this, I am just telling that when I will have a system call to write, read or memory access, then the user mode is converted into the kernel mode, and our user program can print, write, read or access the memory, modify the memory. That's all. Actually, you have to learn operating system deeply to understand how this whole concept is doing. Okay, I have just given you a simple example. Now let's create some classes and objects for your easy understanding. First of all, I would use the class keyword, and what I will type, test. Oh, there is an important thing, test1. Look, the naming convention. For typing the class name, you have to use the Pascal case or upper camel case. That's mean that look at each word. Test1, the first letter, one test, it is okay. I don't want to change it right now. Look at the first word, 1, and the second word, test. Look, the first word is capital, the second word is also capital. You put as much as you word, demo. You have to always remember that the first word of the first letter of each word should be in capital. Okay, that is the Pascal case for class naming convention. And for method, let me show you. First of all, I would create a variable, and then let me create a method, test demo. Look at the naming convention of this method, void test demo. The first word is test and the second word is demo. The first letter of the first word is small and the first letter of the second word is in capital. Now you put as much as word like second, first. You have to use the first letter as capital, but remember that for method and variable, the first letter of the first word should be small. This is called camel case. It is useful for writing maintainable code and scalable code. You have to follow it. Okay, now in this I have created an integer variable called var, and inside that var I am assigning the value 10. 10 is integer type value. I am assigning this. Okay, I can also use short, long, but right now it is make it simple. I am just typing it as integer. Okay, then void, as I have told you that this test demo first is not returning anything, that's why I have used void, and the name test demo first, you can use this. You can use any name as you wish, but my suggestion would be like use always related name for your method. Suppose that you want to have a square and you are typing the name for that method triangle. It is not okay. It is technically okay, but it reduces the scalability of your code. So don't do this. Just type always the relative name. Okay, now delete all of this. Now I want to access this variable and methods. Actually, I have told you that all of the variables and method inside a class are called the members of that class, and this variable is called instance variable. Why? because when I will create the object, immediately after creating the object it will have this value, and I can create thousands of objects and each of that object will have this value, but they are always separate. That's why it is called instance variable. Suppose that I am creating an object, I would type it 1, okay, look at it, one test demo. This is the name of our class, just type it. Then I am creating the name of my object and here it is 1. Then I am using the new keyword to allocate memory for my object, and one test demo, and there is a parenthesis. Here I have created an object, and in the second line I have created another object. Now I can create this object in another way. Look, how can I do that? I just can delete it and 1. Now what I am doing here, I am creating a variable name 1 which will hold of type one test demo, and one test demo is our class name, or you can say is our class. Now I have told in my previous lectures that class has defined a new data structure or data type, and in this line I have created a one variable which can hold anything of one test demo, of type one test demo, and here one new keyword is used to allocate memory dynamically for the object. Okay, now new keyword is same as calloc and malloc in C. Here I have created the object. In this line I didn't have created the object, I have just created a variable that can hold the object of type one test demo, that is the class that we have created for our purpose. But in this line, by using the new keyword, we are allocating the memory for our object. Now the object is created, before that it is not created, and you can do this in one single line. Okay, now I am calling the function. How to call the function? Just type the object name. After that, okay, let's create, delete it, one dot var. Okay, and what I will type, the method name. What is our method name? Test demo first. Sorry for this inconvenience, I don't need to do this because it is not any return, it is a void type. I just need to type one dot test demo first. Okay, I didn't just noticed it, sorry for that. Now this time I am working with just my object of 1. Now I will work with my object second dot var is second dot test demo first. Okay, now see this. Here I have created two objects. One name is 1 and the second name is second. After that, here in this two line, I am only accessing the variables and methods related to object 1. Okay, and here I am accessing the members of the class through object second. Okay, now here let's run it. Actually I don't need to call the compiler again, I just need to do this. Okay, 10 hi brothers how are you, 10 hi brothers how are you. The both are same, but there is a difference here. It is not as same as here, they are different, that's why it is called instant variable. When I have created the object, two objects, they have been assigned this value, but they are separate. I can create thousands of objects like this, but each of the objects will hold the members of that class, but they are different from each other. Okay, that's the power of object oriented programming. Okay, I hope so that it's okay for today, because I don't want to give you a heavy load at the first. And this is how the object is created, this is how you can access the members of the variables by the dot after the object name. Now let's have a recap. First of all, we would create our main class, and the name for that main class should be same as the file name. Now we will create our main method, where we will write our code, and from the main method the execution starts. And why this public? So that the main method can be accessed by the compiler outside of the code, and static because the main method has to be accessed by the compiler without creating any object. Look, we didn't have created any objects of this main method of first class, so that's why I have used static void, because the main method is not returning anything. And string args, I am calling a args array of type string, which will hold the command line arguments of type string. Whatever we will pass the command line arguments will automatically converted or treated as strings. Here we have created our object, and from where? From class one test demo. Here I have created one instance variable of type integer, and here I have created a method void test demo first, and here I am trying to print something. Hi brothers, how are you? You can comment if you are good or bad or anything else, so that I would understand that you are really focusing on the lectures. Okay, then we have created our object, two object actually, and in this line I have just created a variable which will hold the object, but the object is not created yet. But in the next line, by using new keyword, I have allocated memory from the heap to the object, and here in one line I have done everything. I have created a variable called second which will hold the object. New keyword is allocating memory from the heap for the object, and here I am accessing the variable and method by using the object. Whatever I want to access, I just need to type the object name after dot, and then whatever I want to access, just type that. Okay, I hope so that you have understand. And another thing, all of the objects that I have created from the same class will have separate members, and they are different from each other. One dot var and second dot var, they are separate, though the values are same, but they are separate. And again I am asking where the Java compiler is residing. I have told at the very beginning. If you have heard that, I would expect that you could answer that in the comment. So please comment, and I hope so that you have enjoyed the lecture. This is your beginning with us in Java, and in our future lectures I am going to take Python, NumPy, Pandas, scikit-learn, essential libraries for data science, and Keras, TensorFlow also, and many core subjects of computer science and engineering like operating system, data structure, discrete mathematics. So be connected with us, subscribe us, hit the like button, subscribe us, and comment if you have any problem, you like the lectures or anything, and please share more and more with your friends. Hope so you have a nice day. Okay, thank you so much.